Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic Jedi Knight Edition. Now, when we left off, we had just acquired a mission to hit the huts where it hurts. I actually don't know where it hurts when you hit them, probably in the gut or something along those lines, probably stomping on their tail? Do they have a tail? It doesn't really look like a tail to me, but, well, whatever the case. Maybe hitting the huts where it hurts is their wallet. Probably is, yes. So, as you can see here, we have the last remaining mercenary weapon caches, and we're gonna take them down. So let's just charge straight on in here. And, well, yes, these guys are not going to be alive for very much longer, which I have to say is a very pleasant thought. Thank you very much. And there we go. Now all we have to do next is contact Shalim from a mercenary holoterminal. Not entirely sure why I... Yes, increased his name length by a rather considerable amount. Shalim. Yes, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But maybe that's his new name. Maybe he's just asked the name register office place for some kind of name change. Maybe. But, whatever the case, we are going to be ready to eliminate this regulator officer, and, yes, thankfully enough, these guys do not have Terminate. I'm pretty sure these guys also had Terminate back in the day, but they do not now. So let's contact Shalim from this mercenary holo terminal.
Shalim, come in. The regulator's weapon caches are all destroyed.
Outstanding. I hope you're ready for more. We've detected an army of war droids massing for an attack. If those war droids make it across that bridge, they'll slaughter everyone in their path, including us.
If the Hutts can set up a light bridge, we can take it down.
I had something slightly more destructive in mind. The war droids are holding position for now, but you could lure them out by transmitting false orders from the mercenary army's comm towers. Once the droids are halfway across the light bridge, you could deactivate it. Drop the whole army into the depths.
I want to waste a perfectly good droids. Is there any way to reprogram them to fight for us?
The master control is out of our reach. There simply isn't time. Slice into the mercenary comm towers, transmit the false marching orders, and deactivate the light bridge at the perfect moment. Good luck.
I gotta say, yeah, sure, okay, fine. He is technically the governor or leader of the world, of Makeb, should I say, but I gotta say that we're a Jedi Master. Surely we can find a way to reprogram the droids and actually have them work for us. Because you can imagine having an army such as that, having such an incredible, impressive, powerful army of droids at our disposal would actually be relatively useful. Well, I suppose... I see, that's the thing. Also, I have no idea why they decided to give us that option in the conversation anyway. If there was no possibility whatsoever, then it's kind of redundant, no? Well, I guess that's just me, but yes, I actually have noticed, in actual fact, that later on in more of the more advanced quests, more of the higher level quests in, for example, Shadow of Revan and Knights of the Old Republic. Well, Knights of the Old Republic? No. Knights of the Fallen Empire, in actual fact. Oh, yes, getting confused, of course. Knights of the something is definitely, yeah, definitely quite the problem. But, as I was saying, it's mainly really cool to see that they've advanced a little bit in the choices that you get to make during the missions, because... well, usually, you know, you'll choose something and then the NPC, like we just saw, will be like, oh, no, that's not what you're doing. You're doing this thing that you have to do because you're forced into it because we haven't coded anything else into the game. But in Knights of the Fallen Empire, and maybe in some parts Shadow of Revan, I'm actually unsure about that, but... yeah, Knights of the Fallen Empire for sure, there are certain mission conversation options that actually influence what you are actually doing. It's actually happened in many of the class story missions too. I think I remember there used to be a... well, it depends. If there's a light or dark side option, then you have the opportunity to choose a light side, save all the civilians, or dark side and do something with weapons, and then you're sent somewhere completely different. And I was hoping maybe with Makeb they might do something with that. That's why I selected that option, but I thought that was a rather interesting talking point anyway. But let's see and broadcast the false marching orders. Let's hope they don't have a band. Well, I don't know, maybe some bands actually sound pretty good, but whatever the case, let's access it. And I thought there was going to be a cutscene, so I stopped talking. Of course! Fantastic. So deactivate the light bridge, but what about a dark bridge? Where's the dark bridge, huh? Where's the balance in the Force there, Nah, it's just a light bridge. Well, let's see what we can do. Oh, okay, where are they? Where is that? I actually have no idea. It appears that I have to go this way? Well, I am a little bit closer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I remember this. I think I remember this with Zan Val, and it took me 15 minutes to realize that I actually had to walk through the facility and head out the other side, even though the map says to me, hey, you know what, you gotta go the other way. No, apparently, this is the way to go, but we're gonna find out if my memory is correct. Maybe it's not, but, well, we'll take that chance. We'll take that chance to find out. So let's have a look here. Yep, I was somewhat correct, I feel. Hopefully the map will uncover itself in just a second once we move a little bit closer. There we go. And yes, as you can see, this is the only way. Oh no, you could actually go around, so you don't have to go through. But, well, going through is a little bit quicker, I suppose. But yeah, that's actually pretty nice to know that my memory is not that bad. So we're going to take out a couple of these regulator forces because, well, do we even need to? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, because, I mean, they're so easy to kill. I felt like it was a waste not to. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like, how much experience are we going to get for this? 33,000? That's actually pretty decent. It's not amazing, but it's also not terrible. So I feel like maybe doing that would be an idea, I guess. We're going to interrupt his ambush attack, because we don't want him doing any damage to us, do we? And now he's going to use a firebomb. Well, that's going to really burn, isn't it? No, we will not allow you to do that. You're fired. Yes, of course. All the puns everywhere. And, oh, okay, here we go. Wow, they actually give you a really nice supply of units to slaughter as you make your way over to the light bridge, of course. So that's pretty nice, of course. Me and Kira are just absolutely destroying everything here, and these guys really stand no chance whatsoever. I can remember on Zan Val, yet again, more story time with Zan Val. Yes, apparently. I can remember with him that these places right here, I literally tried to avoid them like the plague. It really was the really worst experience on Makeb, really. Just trying to avoid absolutely everything and not get killed by the really difficult units. And then whenever I found a difficult unit, I was like, oh no, please. Please no more, you know? And that was just absolutely terrible. Like this guy, for example. I actually remember this guy from Zan Val, and I actually remember waiting for this guy to go around here, and then sneaking on by and activating the console. I'm actually unsure whether that works, but look, he actually has an ability called using binoculars. Well, I guess I have an ability called using mouse and keyboard. Oh, well, let's see what I can do with my ability. I'm actually unsure what skill level I am with mouse and keyboard. Maybe level 2. Not sure. But yes, otherwise, I think we'll be fine here. These guys are relatively normal, but I'm going to try and stun him so he doesn't use his fire bomb grenade thing again. And then we'll just skewer him with our blade darts. And take him out. There we go. Not bad at all. So, let's actually stay on fire and, yes, deactivate the light bridge. Finally.
The war droid army is gone for good. The regulators will think twice before setting foot on that light bridge.
I know the cost per unit of those war droids. Between them and the weapons you destroyed, the regulators are over 300 million credits in the red.
They need to learn that working for the Hutts will always be a losing proposition.
Let's drive the point home, shall we? We finally tracked down the main mercenary base. A floating battle platform called the Storm Carrier. Vice Commandant Grevin, the mercenary leader, is gathering troops there. We can't let Grevin's forces reach the Ark. The only way to stop the Storm Carrier is by overloading its power reactors to meltdown.
Should we eliminate Vice Commandant Grevin, or is he worth more as a prisoner?
Grevin knows the Hutts won't tolerate failure. I doubt he'll let himself be captured. Sending you the Storm Carrier's coordinates. Our scouts report there's a regulator shuttle near your position. You can fly it directly to the enemy and take them completely by surprise. Everything's riding on this. May fortune smile on us all.
Okay, so, yes, there's two things, maybe three things that I want to speak about here. Now, the light bridge is now back up, okay, so that's perfectly fine, that might be plausible, but I just have to mention that the droids being on this, I know that light bridges aren't particularly slippery, or are they? I don't think they're slippery like ice, are they? But the main problem I have with retracting the bridge and actually making it move back there is surely what would have happened is the droids would have just, let's say they're here where my mouse cursor is right now, and the bridge starts retracting. Surely they would stay in this section and move back with the bridge itself rather than getting pushed off. Now, I was anticipating actually deactivating the light bridge, these force fields just disappearing altogether, and then as a result the droids falling to their doom. So that's a little bit weird, I gotta say. I'm not entirely sure, obviously, of the mechanics of light bridges, but really, I would have expected maybe for the entire force field just to be deactivated, as I said, rather than it being retracted. But, well, I guess that's just how they decided to go with it, and it's kind of a bit weird, I gotta say. I think that it's not particularly logical to assume that retracting the light bridge and then the droids just falling off, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, sure, okay, if they were at the end of the bridge, then yeah, okay, that might make a difference, but yeah, I don't know about that, to be honest. Okay, now let's stop him from doing the ambush. There we go. Stunned him at just the right second, but we now have a little bit of meditation to do, and we will commandeer the Storm Carrier shuttle, which is just beyond our reach, or within our reach, either way you look at it. Let's see if we can eliminate more of these guys here, and then we'll... Wow, Kira is just absolutely beasting through everything right now. Of course, she always does. And we'll now take that, thank you. And... Ooh, hello there. This appears to be a rather unique design. I like that. And now all we need to do is deactivate the power regulators. Oh, okay, well, that's good to know. At least we have a very clear objective. Oh, yes, I remember this. Oh, wow. Okay, there were so many terminate units in the area that I had to just, oh, yes, be very, very cautious and careful. And these guys, even these guys, were almost killing us back in the day. So, thankfully enough, we can now teach them a lesson. We can teach them not to pick on people that are lower level than them. Yes. But they are still relatively difficult. I mean, they're dealing some pretty nice damage to us right now. Obviously, we don't have a healing companion, so I guess that might contribute to that fact. But I think otherwise we're not too bad. We can actually just head over in this direction. Oh, yeah, I remember jumping over this very point. I'm taking exactly the same line that Zanval did. Isn't that amazing? Oh, yes. So, let's see. Now, where do we go? Ah, there's an elevator, of course. And if I remember correctly, there's actually a terminate unit in the front. As you can see, look, there we go. There's a, what is it, a deck? Yeah, deck commander. I thought it was actually desk for some reason. Oh, a desk commander. Oh, can you imagine? A desk commander? Yes, I'm pretty sure he would have a wide variety of choices. Oh, he is terminate. He is actually using terminate. Wow, that's actually pretty cool, because I thought they had retired that ability almost entirely from being used, because it is exceptionally damaging and can be quite the pain to deal with. But if you have enough interrupts like we do, of course, we have 3 interrupts in actual fact. We have our force kick, our force stasis, and our hilt bash, so we are never going to get hit by that in a million years. But let's deactivate the first power regulators. Or actually not. This appears to be the heat exchangers. Oh, okay. Well, I was anticipating maybe not doing the bonus mission. Okay, wait. Where is the... Oh, it's here. Okay, I'm just going to go to the engineering deck. We can just... screw that particular objective. I'm not going to be doing that right now. Maybe we'll be able to actually do it down here.
This is Vice Commandant Grevin. Intruders have boarded the storm carrier. All regulators, maximum alert.
Ah, Vice Commandant Grevin. Hello there. He appears to be now making his appearance. Of course, he's going to be rallying the troops around him, of course. Let's deactivate. I'm sure we're going to get attacked. No? Maybe not?
Intruders are overloading the reactors. Protect the control terminals at all costs.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You're actually telling us where we need to go next. Deactivate the coolant system. Oh, yes. There we go. Let's get some more focus back there and do a nice AoE. There we are. Fantastic. I'm not going to kill that astromech droid because, well, they're cute, aren't they? Yes. We want to make sure that they survive. And, wow, they didn't do anything, did they? No. There we are. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. Kira is... Wow, okay, never mind. Kira's just dealing with everything that she can right now. And there is the coolant system right ahead of us here. And I think that Vice Commandant Grevin is in this room here. So we will be able to eliminate him very, very quickly indeed. But we have to be very careful because I seem to remember that there was a slight issue with ads in this next room, because I was thinking to myself on Zanval, I'll show you in just a second, because I may need to concentrate on interrupting Terminate here. Yep, there is a slight Terminate problem that we need to deal with. There we are. I'm going to try and make sure that we only interrupt him at the end of his Terminate cast, because if we make sure that we wait as long as possible, we are going to do even more damage, while meaning that he is doing none, which is a very old MMO style of playing, but yeah, there we go. A little bit of tactics there. And we are now going to head in. Now, this is exactly what I did with Zanval. You know what I thought? I thought to myself, ooh, you know what? I'm going to be clever here. I'm going to be smart. Or I thought I was being smart. And I'm going to just walk around. Yeah, that's what I did. Biggest mistake ever, because in actual fact what happened then was Vice Commandant Grevin decided to go to all of these power regulators and absorb some kind of power, and then as a result we gained these ads in the battle, which is absolutely terrible. Absolutely awful to fight with ads and a huge boss which was already much higher level than I was at the time, so yeah, not the greatest thing to skip the ads at that point. Yeah, well, I have learned from my mistake back then, and so we are now perfectly happy with heading on over here to overload the primary power reactor, and then see Grevin himself, no doubt.
Warning. Warning. Reactors 2, 5, and 8. Approaching critical mass. Carrier cooling system has been disabled.
I knew you were ruthless. But you'd destroy this carrier, kill everyone aboard just to make a point. If I didn't have to shoot you, I'd give you a job.
I'm flattered by the offer, but Jedi serve peace and justice, not greedy mercenaries who kill for money.
You've got a real unique definition of peace and justice. Once you're dead, the cartel's paying us more than we'd earn in a lifetime from this planet's idiot government. McKeb can burn for all we care. So can your Republic. Isotope 5 will change everything. Once they're done mining McKeb, the Hutts will own this galaxy.
The cartel is destroying McKeb to mine Isotope 5? What makes that substance worth all this?
No point telling you. Won't do any good. You've cost me a fortune today, but I can still recover my expenses. Time to settle your debt.
Oh, I'm afraid that's not going to happen anytime soon, but he is going to be quite the annoying Nelly, so we're going to have to try and eliminate him as much as possible. Oh, wait a minute. Now, this is the problem here. He's going to charge his armor up. Oh, wait a minute. I can actually destroy the regulators, but unfortunately, I don't have enough damage. Yeah. I don't think I have enough damage. Maybe I do. He has charged up significantly, but Kira is absolutely beasting. Wow. She is absolutely destroying him. What even happened here? Like, literally, what even happened? I have no idea. Kira just soloed the boss without me doing much. Okay, so I did everything. I'm taking the credit. Thank you very much. Yes? Do you agree, Kira? She's not saying anything, so I take that as a yes.
Warning. Total reactor network meltdown in progress. Abandon ship. Repeat. Abandon ship.
Thought you might need a lift. Hang on, I'm coming in.
I'm sure we would have survived that even without his help. But did you notice the slight script error that they had there? I'm actually unsure why I'm noticing this, but he said Ilasov, comma, and then he said, thought you might need a lift. So he was calling us Ilasov, basically. But I guess there was just a slight pause there or something along those lines. But yeah, I have no idea why I noticed that. But whatever the case, we now have to go back to Shalim. Or Shalim. Yes, that's his name. But we're going to see what he has to say. Obviously, he's going to be pretty happy about us defeating the regulators. And we'll see, obviously, where we go to next. I do remember that Makeb draws on for quite a while, which is partially the reason why I was a little bit dubious about doing it, but obviously we were not even in the level range to even attempt Shadow of Revan.
People of Makeb, your heroes return.
Watch out. Uncle Shalem's running for president of whatever planet we all move to.
This heroic Jedi led us to victory against the Hutt treachery. Now we have freedom, and an Ark that will deliver us to safety.
I know you're all scared. You have good reason. But the time for fear is ending. The Hutts only control you when you are broken and despairing. Look to your neighbors, your friends, your loved ones for strength. Through compassion and hope, you will survive this. May the Force be with you.
I meant what I said. All of it. The Ark is safe, and we'll soon have it ready to fly. We've earned a moment to celebrate. Especially you.
Back at the Hutt embassy, we found a holo that said the Ark was being built to transport something called Isotope 5. When we faced Grevin, he said Isotope 5 will change the galaxy, but he wouldn't say how. Does that name mean anything to you?
Sounds more like some idiotic Hutt codename than a scientific discovery.
We finally have mighty to borrow the Hutt's attention. Calling to congratulate us, old friend?
You're not much of a salesman, Tabaro, but I've always wanted to see a Hutt grovel. Can you actually bend over enough to kiss the ground?
Spare us your empty threats, Taboro. Makeb is doomed, and the Ark is our only escape. If we give it back, we're all dead.
Thanks for telling us where to fuel up the Ark. We'll be right over.
Kimadakam kachiruliga. La joba nombo kafa. Avati kuna chido nignalolia. Unijoka nucha. Chikawa una chichitua.
I recognize where that droid was attacking. Tarlum. It's a small city without defenses. I'll summon a shuttle to take you there. Please, save my people.
I don't care how big Taboro's weapon is. I've never met a machine that could defeat a Jedi.
I'm sending an emergency signal to the Republic. We need a science expert down here. If Taboro's telling the truth about Isotope 5, we're still stranded, and that Hutt's going to slaughter us all. Hurry to Tarlum and stop his droid.
Well, I will try my very best, but for now, I am going to be taking one of these implants, thank you very much. Wow, that is really going to be a lot better than what we had previously, and look at the experience! How dare you! We have 99% experience. Ah, yes, of course. Well, they do like to do the little bit of a cliffhanger there, and I am going to be ending this episode off here, myself. And so, next time we'll be traveling to Tarlum's Central Square, and seeing what goes on with the droid powered by Isotope 5. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.